Welcome to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. Over here, little pots. Had to get right over here because I know y'all ready to hear it. Let me just spit that spit. We about to talk that shit. Oh man, I hear y'all out there want to learn these life lessons through sports and entertainment and cover them cats in the media like they cover everything else. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get into this one right now. Lamar Jackson. Obviously still a topic of conversation because we all sitting there with our heads exploded like, what happened? Ravens were too damn good this year for it to end that way. Not end in a loss, end that way in a loss. We all know, forced fumble right at the goal line. We all know, taunting penalty. We all know, interception in the end zone. Yeah, that's how the game goes. But there was more to it in this situation. They only ran the ball 16 times. The first half really looked discombobulated. Second half didn't make the proper adjustments. So we were like, more of the same? What is this? Lamar Jackson sitting in the pocket. Even when he could run, he still was sitting in the pocket. They said half of his scrambles, half of his rushing attempts were just him still trying to throw the ball. Not even design runs. What? What is going on here? Sound of Odell Beckham on the sideline saying, hey, dog, in the AFC Championship game, when you run, it changes the whole dynamic of the game. Basically urging Lamar Jackson to wake up. I don't give a damn what they call it. Go out there and start balling like you can, like the MVP, two-time MVP you are. Well, all that still ended out with a big fat L, damn it. But now we have to go deeper because there was a reason. There's a method to this madness, right? What was the reason behind them just getting off game plan? It was just the Kansas City defense that damn good? Was it the aura of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and here come the red and we can't do anything? Jason Whitlock has an interesting point. And it's a point that I've talked about during this week. Like there was more on Lamar Jackson than just playing football, right? I said he fell victim to being that black mobile quarterback. And it's not something that should be labeled just black, but mobile because Steve Young fell victim to it for a while. But the point is there was some stigma around the way he played the game. Well, as Jason Whitlock does, my dog, he went deeper with this. So Ryan Clark and Jason Whitlock are now pitted against each other in this conversation. And probably don't even know that they are. At least Whitlock does. Ryan Clark said that what Lamar Jackson was facing and what Lamar Jackson was responsible for in the AFC Championship game was more than just the Ravens advancing to the Super Bowl. Oh, you don't believe me? Listen to it all. Whitlock and Ryan Clark.
According to ESPN football analyst Ryan Clark, Lamar Jackson had a chance to be the first authentic black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. Don't take my word for it. Listen to Ryan Clark.
This is the biggest moment of Lamar Jackson's entire career. And let's be real, Lamar Jackson is playing for more than himself. And I know we've had the Doug Williams win Super Bowls, Patrick Mahomes, we've had the Russell Wilsons, but Lamar Jackson is different from all of them. Lamar Jackson has gone against the status quo, gone against the familiar since the moment he was drafted by not choosing an agent and staying with his mother, allowing her to be part of his representation by the hair he wears, by the way he talks, by the way he plays. This is bigger than Doug Williams. When John Harbaugh sat on the sideline next to Lamar Jackson during his first run as an MVP and said, do you know how many kids are going to go buy number 8 jerseys because of you? Because they look like you, because they talk like you, because they come from places that you came from and he never switched up. He never became anything but Lamar Jackson. He never changed his style of play. He just improved on it. He never changed the way that he directed or he behaved in press conferences. He just improved on it. And he never changed the way that he led a locker room. He just improved on it. But it stayed authentically Lamar Jackson. And for that reason, when he wins or when he loses, the conversation is about so much bigger than just who he is as a player. So this is imperative that Lamar Jackson not only wins this game, but he wins the Super Bowl because it's an entire culture on the back of that jersey, not just the name Jackson.
So just keep in mind what Ryan Clark just said. An entire culture rests on the back of Lamar Jackson's jersey. And so he never used the word black, but you know it was implied. And so in this authenticity that Jackson represents, that somehow Doug Williams, Russell Wilson, and Patrick Mahomes, they don't qualify. They don't represent blackness authentically. They don't wear or didn't wear cornrows and big gold chains and talk in a dialect that represents the so-called culture. These guys like Ryan Clark, unable to be provocative, interesting, insightful, or useful on any topic beyond shouts or insinuations of white supremacy. Black media elites have used Lamar and black assistant coaches as fodder and ammunition to justify their own existence in the media.
Man. Woo! Okay. All right. Let me just preface everything I'm about to say, because when I pick topics, I don't pick them by likability. I don't pick it by the person I like. I pick it by the topic I like. I pick it by the fact that they're saying something that I resonate with, and more importantly, I can use to trampoline into other conversations, deeper conversations, right? Life lessons, as we like to say on this show. So I'm not into likability. I'm into truth telling, okay? So I've used Ryan Clark as the protagonist and as the antagonist, right? Same with Jason Whitlock. I'm gonna use you all for these life lessons. You can do the same. What I heard right there is disturbing from Ryan Clark. Even though I know what Ryan Clark is saying, and even though I know I've had that conversation before, and even though I know Ryan Clark is not off the reservation in having that conversation, but to actually think about something and actually do it, execute on it, and actually believe it, whole different animal, right? I've thought about it before. I've even had the conversation before, but I never internalized it as belief. Ryan Clark has. Okay, so let's go through that process, because I'm not here to condemn Ryan Clark. I'm here to condemn what I heard that Ryan Clark said, if you get the difference. This is why I hate PC culture. I hate PC culture because of likability. I hate PC culture because people are trying so hard in pandering to be liked. People are trying so hard to say what they think that general mass wants to hear, even though they know they should be there to influence that general mass instead of saying or stooping down to what that general level of knowledge is or experience. So people basically are not into telling the truth anymore. While I may disagree with you, I will never disrespect you. I may not respect what you're saying. I may not respect that viewpoint, but I will always respect you as a whole. Now, when I hear what Ryan Clark said, I'm like, I don't agree with that viewpoint of you, but I am not here to disrespect or disagree with all of you. Let's talk about the action. Let's talk about the act, not the actor. Whew. Whitlock nailed this one, y'all. Let me tell you why. Ryan Clark basically went out there and said, never change, just improved on it. Never changed. He said that Lamar Jackson never changed. He just improved on it. Little semantics right there, right? If you never change, I think by definition, you never change. But if you never change, but you improve on it, I know what you're trying to say. Let's get it. Let's cut through the chase. You're trying to say the core, the authenticity, the real of Lamar Jackson stayed the real of Lamar Jackson. He just improved on that realness. Okay, I'll help you out. But why in the first place is there a resistance to change? And maybe this is not for all cultures, but it's certainly for the black culture. This resistance to change, this resistance to stay down, this resistance that I gotta keep it real, which really means I gotta keep it the same way I grew up, which ain't always real. Or it's really fucked up how you grew up, but it ain't always real. Like, real to me can adjust because reality changes. So what's the core of reality? What's the root word of reality? real. So when your reality changes, what's real needs to change with it. Why is there just so much backlash and just resistance when you change? You're supposed to change. The world keeps spinning. You got to keep winning. It ain't going to be the same game twice ever. No 2 days are the same, but you going to be the same? What? How ignorant is this? Wish I didn't have experience with this, but I've had experience with this. I wish Ryan Clark would have used this platform in that moment to remind Lamar Jackson and everybody that you are changing. Because he had changed. He had went to a different level. This is the AFC Championship game. You better change it up. This ain't the same. This ain't the regular season. This ain't no wild card game. This ain't no divisional game. This is for the championship of a conference. And then you had another level that I hope you were going to change for. Get it? But no, you ain't real if you changing up. No, you know what I mean. You got to keep it. No, I don't know what you mean because you don't know what you mean. Okay? Stop trying to use semantics talking about, oh, you kept it the same, but you changed a little. You just improved. It's a ghetto-ass mindset. It's restrictive. It keeps people locked in. Oh, man. You don't change. I remember when I got drafted, people were like, don't change. I said, did I get some change? They were like, yeah. I said, I'm about to change. Call me what you want, bruh. What you mean? Everything different. Yesterday, I didn't know what a CPA was. Today, I got 2 of them trying to get me. Change? What you mean change? Dog, I'm having financial meetings about legacy. Don't change. Okay, where the piggy bank at? Let me get some penny rolls. Let me go to Bank of America on Crenshaw. Like, what you mean change, bruh? It's gonna change. Like, only real people really understand this. And so many real people don't want the smoke, don't want the noise, so they don't bother educating people. They don't bother because you can't argue with somebody who don't get it, who's not enlightened. They just gonna beat you up with the experience of not knowing. And then you're gonna get fatigued. I see it all the time. Being a mentor, having a foundation, it's so many guys that I know that are reluctant to really do public service. Because they like, dog, I ain't got time to be taking them throws and them arrows. I ain't got time to be taking them shots. I ain't got time to be arguing with these cats and they don't get it. And I'm like, dog, well, who are you talking to? You just gonna ride with those who get it? I said, that's a good echo chamber to be in. I said, don't forget though, you gotta coexist. You keep ignoring the ignorant. They be in your window tonight. You know what I mean? Keep ignoring the craziness out here. What the hell are you talking about? So, an entire culture was on the back of Lamar Jackson's jersey, number 8, not just the name Jackson. You can't make up this level of theater, right? You can't make up this level of BS. But he ain't wrong to some people. Like, this is what's crazy. Some people really put that on Lamar. And it sounded like, at least Whitlock's point is, Lamar put it on himself. Or the Ravens put it on themselves. Now, from the outside, we all look at the Ravens like it's the blackest team in the league. Like, be real, right? Like, not just the uniforms. Just like, I mean, from Ozzie Newsome when they had him there, just to like the way that they style of play, and it was like just Baltimore and the Wire. Like, they just did it. Like how the Raiders became the most gangster team just because of the Raiders and the NWA and black and silver and all the gangsters showing up. Essays, Crips, Bloods, like in LA. Like, it just happened, right? It was just like this attachment. But this whole attachment that you ain't authentic, you ain't a real one if you don't keep it the same, if you change it up. You know how many affluent real ones I know? It's so good to see an affluent real one because that transition y'all giggle about. Y'all laugh like, oh, remember when I used to? Ain't nothing better than meeting somebody who could look at you, laugh, and be like, you remember when I used to? Right? How do you say that if you ain't changed? You don't say what I used to. You say what I'm doing. You say what's up right now. So, I do know what Ryan Clark is trying to say. And I'm tired of hearing it. And I'm certainly tired of people like him believing it, who have the platform, who actually influence others with the power of their words. So where I think this all meets is we all witness, unfortunately, the Ravens losing in a way that makes us scratch our heads and say, damn, they didn't play their best ball. I don't mind losing. Listen to me. I am competitive. That's what they tell me. I like to win a lot. That's what they tell me. But I know this. I'm okay with losing if I did my real best. And we're going to talk about what the best really is later in this show, in the secrets of the universe. But if I did my best, I'm okay with it. It's going to hurt for a second, but I'm going to get over it pretty fast. Why? I couldn't have done another damn thing, coach. Leave me alone. Hey, in the back of my head, leave me alone. Hey, when I go to bed tonight, leave me alone. Hey, Mr. Nightmare, leave me alone. I couldn't have done anything else. You know, but I've also lost games where I didn't give it my all. I've lost games where I lost contain. I didn't run to that play. Damn it, I didn't study what they do on 3rd and half an inch. Damn it. Those are the ones that eat you up, right? That's the regret, because if you would have did something else, you would have had a different result. I couldn't have done anything else in a lot of my losses. So that's why I'm okay with them. What else could I have done? This situation, since the Ravens didn't dance with the girl that they brought to the dance, you sitting there like, man, come on. How you going to act like that? You don't do that at the prom. You know what I mean? You do that at the club. You don't do that at the prom. You brought the girl here, dance with her, damn it. You brought the running game here. You brought the defense here, dance with it, damn it. You brought Lamar Jackson, who runs out the pocket, dance with him, damn it. And didn't do it. They didn't dance with the girl that they brought. So it just highlights what Whitlock is saying. And even though Ryan Clark sounds well-intentioned, it just comes off as pandering. It just comes off as BS. So Doug Williams and Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson, they're not authentic. That's the problem with the black culture, if we say they're not authentic. Now, mind you, the problem is, by definition of black, that's the flaw. How do you properly define black? That's the fatal flaw. I talked about this before, the one-drop rule and how fatalistic that is for us continuing to still define ourselves like that. Oh, you think it's a problem me saying that? Let me give you an example, shall I? In this restrictive culture that is based on one-drop rule, right? Okay. Black culture and white culture, are they the same or different? Different. Now, do they have similarities? Some things in common, right? There's some interdependence in there, but they're different. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say they're different. Okay, so imagine if two cultures are different, right? But then you as one person have two cultures in you, but you're only one. That is a black and a white child who, in this country, by culture, by mainstream, we have forced to pick one, even though they got two in them. Have you ever talked to somebody who's half black and half white? I know I have. Matter of fact, I have a child by one. And I have 3 other children by another. Yes, my wife right now is Nigerian and Dutch, but she's Canadian and adopted. Good Lord, y'all know I have problems. You know our pillow talk gangster, right? But the point being, 2 different cultures in there. Then she don't even know both of them intimately because she was raised by Polynesians. What the hell? Don't even get started. But I'll give you a cleaner example. My baby mama. Hey, girl. Black and white. Straight up, like black and white. You know, civil rights era. Hey, white guy, black woman, you know, little fro, all that. Y'all know that. We've seen it all in the neighborhood. Stop it. All right, so black and white. I remember when we were talking about Colin Kaepernick when he was in the news like every single second, not even every day, every second. And I was highlighting the cultural differences of how he was raised and how I was raised and how he was forced to be in a different situation or predicament than me. And until I really predict this, until we fully address that we have different cultures within our culture and we can properly identify them without the stigma, without the backlash, without you not being authentic and you being real, we're going to always have these identity issues. Now, I look at some of the other cultures and other ethnicities and I see how they can break it down. Oh, I could be Irish. You know what I mean? I'm white, but I'm Irish. Like, you know, I could go here. And until we can go there, you know, instead of forcing Tiger Woods to pick, you know what I mean? They don't talk Tiger Woods into saying he ain't Asian. Like, what? I don't wish this. God knows what he gave me is all I need, because boy, if he gave me more, I'd act a fool. If I were mixed, I will be over here middle fingering all y'all when y'all try to tell me what the hell I am. Like, what? And I'm Taiwanese and black. They be like, no, you're black. I'm like, yeah, and Taiwanese. And you know how kids be doing that? Yes, no, yes, no. The interview wouldn't end till he says Taiwanese. The hell are we doing to people? Like, it's crazy. But all of this goes together into that take of Ryan Clark. So tell me, was Lamar being different? Like Whitlock said, Ryan Clark has a point here. Where do you take Ryan Clark's words? Do you take it as far as Whitlock does, or you take it to somewhere else? You think their season Baltimore was a failure? I mean, losing like that, just feel like, what'd you do all that for? Like, go out the way you came in. Don't go out that way. It's kind of weird, right? And for real, break down what Ryan Clark was saying. Want to see what y'all think of his take and Jason Whitlock's take as well. Beat it up in the comments. Have some fun with it. I know I went long on that, but sometimes shit is strong. You got to go there. You got to go there. Okay, speaking of going there, let's go here because football's life. We got to talk about my man Hawk. Y'all know Hawk, Ivy Leaguer. Respect the Hawk. He was talking to Hatchet. He was talking to T.O. I don't know if y'all got a new podcast. I don't know. I just caught this sound. You never know when it comes from, but it's evergreen. They were talking about football. The game of football, the business of football, the sport of football, and how you're supposed to play the game of football, approach the business of football, be a part of the sport of football. Love this conversation because a lot of times when I'm talking to the itty bitties, you know, they get consumed with this game. I mean, it's the fun game. I mean, I can't say the most fun. I can't say the most fun. Basketball's more fun to play. Just ain't good enough at basketball. Now, football is just so many different variables, so many different elements, so many different people, attributes to it. It just has the most going on. That's why it's so rewarding, so fulfilling, but it's also so demanding. So listen to this sound talking about the game of football.
You got to understand that if you don't use the game of football, the game of football will use you.
Absolutely.
So for me, there hasn't been one day since I retired in 2017 where I've said, man, I wish I was playing. Literally not one. It's never crossed my mind in no situation. No, and it's not because I didn't love football.
Right.
It was because, like I said, when I got to the league, my whole mindset was, yo, here's my opportunity to make the most out of this, get my feel, and be on to something else that I'm passionate about and I love, which is why I retired. When I could have kept playing, but I was like, yo, I'm not gonna get in a situation where I hate the game of football because I love it. And it's changed my life. You know what I'm saying? It changed my kids' life. It changed my family's life. I'll be able to change other people's lives outside of who I am. I'm not going to let somebody make me hate this game that was a blessing from God to me.
You're
you know what I'm saying?
one of many, but it won't hit them until adversity strikes.
I remind people that I, personally, me, wasn't just a football player. I played football. Y'all get the difference? I wasn't just a football player. I played football. From high school. So when I first got into football, youth level, Pop Warner, not even thinking I could play pro. Not even thinking there was a real professional league. Not thinking that was a real career. Not thinking how lucrative that was, not how much fame and fortune it was. I really wasn't. I was just like, damn, I'm good at this. And then I would watch on TV. I was like, damn, they doing the same thing as me, but they old. All right, well, you know, my parents work at the post office. All right, well, what y'all doing? Y'all play football? Cool. Wasn't until I got to high school, and it hurt. Because in high school, I wasn't that good compared to how great I was. Still was good. I say 4-star. Maybe 3.5, 4, that world, whatever that is. But I was a 5 before, so coming from a 5 to a 3.5 or 4 felt like something. I'm hurt, my knees are hurt, I got Osgood Slaughters. I'm just not the same, but I'm still good, and I'm going through like some identity crisis of football, and then all of a sudden I start realizing the riches of football. Go to UCLA camp, meet Gas and Green. I meet all these cats in the league. They got money. I go to these schools now. I'm going to camps and campuses, and I'm starting, what? And I'm like, now, come on, body. And I'm so glad, golly, God. Oh, I'm so glad I went through that hiccup because it woke me up. There comes Columbia. Here comes all these other opportunities. Here comes the stuff that's coming my way, and I can look at it differently. Because without it, I would have been looking at it like the same old dude. I wouldn't have changed Ryan Clark, right? I would have been the same old dude. And I would have looked at it the wrong way. How far can football take me? Instead of, dog, you better use this up. It's a means to an end. And so that happened, and then my knees started getting better. I started going through my growth spurt. But now, mentally, I was different. I was altered. I was changed. I was enlightened. So I was looking at the game different. Like, oh, you ain't about to eat me up because it already ate at me. It already took a chunk of flesh. How you going to take this dude that gets 5 touchdowns every single game and turn him into an offensive lineman his freshman year? Real talk. How you going to take a dude that got 5 touchdowns every year and all of a sudden now he can't walk straight? Everybody's saying he look like a young giraffe. Every day I'm icing my knees. I'm 14. Football woke me up quick. I was like, oh, you are fickle. I mean, fickle. Okay, that's the way we're going to play it. I'm going to play you back, and I'm going to try and win. So I became a guy who played football instead of just a football player. Oh, man. But I see it, and I was wrapped up in it. I was guilty. Wrapped up in that football. My identity is the football, right? Here's the problem with if you put your identity into the football. You know it. It's going to get deflated once that game comes to an end. And it happens to so many people. So if you're a parent or you the itty bitty watching this, don't put your identity in that ball. Just ball out. You know what I mean? Ball out. Make sure you're playing football, not letting football play you. So what do y'all think about what he said? And is it true? Or are we just over here way too holistic about football? What you talking about, food? That's why you wasn't that good. You know what I mean? What the hell? Y'all tell me. You ever been in a place where you began to hate what you love? Oh, because that's a game of football, boy. These fingers. Wait a minute. Ain't no way. Ooh, no lie. Naturally, this is how my hands look now. This is exactly how Bruce Smith's hands looked when I was clowning him when I was a rookie. I was like, dog, why you look like Cringer? Like, why you got, like, claws? And he was like, play. I remember he said, play long enough, youngster. Play long enough. Damn. I think he meant live long enough. What the hell going on? Look forward to seeing Bruce at the Super Bowl next week. And let me just tell y'all, what retires you is not your love lost to football. What retires you is truly, one, your ass ain't as good as you used to be, and that haunts you. I don't care what players retires. They always are like, there's a conversation. Is there better football in front of me or behind me? You ain't retiring if you can really answer that and convince yourself it's in front of you. You ain't going nowhere because you're going to have opportunities, unless you're sorry, right? So you're going to have opportunities and you think you can still do it, you're going to keep playing. So don't let anybody fool you. They retire first and foremost because they realize, let me turn. No, rear view mirror. Don't I look good? Oh, look at me. I was balling. And then they say, look through the windshield. You're like, So you retire because you know that game is back there. You also retire because nobody else wants your ass. It's just keep it real like that too. So that's the situation. I never wish I was still playing. It hurts. I wish I would have played that one extra year because I would have been a Super Bowl champion with the Giants and I didn't have to do anything, they said. And I would have done something, so that made it even better than not doing anything. But I would have won a ring, it looks like, right? I don't know. I would have came to the team and messed it up. But the point is, you can win a ring. I never missed football. I got what I got out of it. It got what it got out of me, too. We both had a great marriage. Loved it like that. And I tell you this, football, only 2 humans ever have loved football and chose football. The rest, football chose them, right? No one except Dick Butkus and Ray Lewis chose to play football in the history of football. Everybody else, oh, man, I can't play basketball. Damn it, I ain't that good at baseball. All right, man. Track ain't playing. They don't pay in track. They don't pay like that? Okay. No other sports? Tennis? Oh, that's too much. I got to leave home at 11. Golf, I got to leave home at 8. Never mind. Football, choose me. That's what it is. I'm trying to tell you. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think about what he said and what I said. And now let's get into this. Oh, my man. We got to talk about some manifestation laws. We got to talk about the laws of affirmation. We got to talk about some of the secrets of the universe. Yes. Listen to this. Y'all going to know this voice. I ain't even going to tell you. I ain't going to spoil it. Listen to this and tell me what you think. Now, that was Andrew Tate. Fan of Andrew Tate. I don't care if y'all don't like me or don't like him. I don't care. I'm just telling you, he drops gems. And I think this was a gem. Now, it was an absolute. And one of the Wileyisms I have is, if you talk in absolutes, you're an absolute liar. Because, but I love what he's saying here, how you can manifest things. How you, through using the law of affirmation, like, oh yeah, this world will mold around your confidence, your belief, your faith. It will. It's crazy. It really will. And everything you want on the outside is already inside of you. That's what he's saying to me. Tell me what he's saying to you. Woo! That's power right there. Now, like I was saying last time, how many times have you lost and you know you gave a losing effort? Not a winning effort, because a win in this conversation is all. A loss is nothing. Anything that's not all, nothing. We talking in absolutes, aren't we? Not relative, not 99%. Oh man, I tried, homie. And this is the toughest thing about mentorship. This is the toughest thing when you talk to somebody about your path, your journey. Because one, you know you made decisions. Not perfect decisions, but you made decisions that worked out in your favor. And now you're talking to somebody, typically, who they didn't work out. And they may have made the same decisions. Or you know they didn't make the right decisions, and you're still trying to pick them up without putting them down. But you got to keep it real. How many times have y'all talked to somebody, whether it's at the reunion or just on GP, your homie, and he talking about, like, you got the victim mindset, the world, or boss tripping, or coach tripping, or the teacher tripping, or the reason he didn't get it is because. And you sitting there, you know you sitting on rocks like, cuz, man, I also know you didn't put in on it like that. I also know you wasn't really dedicated like that. That's why it didn't work out. And it's so hard, but you got to insert that real, that uncut cocaine. You got to give them a sniff of that. You got to say, hey, bro, you know damn well you didn't give it your all. Oh, well, no. They would, if they would have saw what I, man, you know you didn't try that, man. Nah, dog, what you talking? And then you can really calm them down. And then you can get into that layer of the real, right? Not the huffing and puffing and the persona to show everybody that it's their fault I ain't succeed. It's their fault that it didn't work out. Then finally it comes to this point. Man, you ever see your homie do, man, you right. Yeah. It's not I'm right. It's I'm here. I saw you then, I see you now. I saw how you put in on it and didn't put on it. That's how the game goes. So it's wild because I got some real life examples of some cats that were supposed to do what I did and didn't do it because they weren't doing it when they were supposed to do it. And then they wanted to know how come it didn't end up the way they wanted it to go. Well, yeah, that. But that's why we don't talk in absolutes. The road to success and failure almost look exactly the same. Remember that Wileyism? Ain't that crazy? So some cats probably put in more. Say what? And it didn't work out. So I feel what Andrew Tate is saying, but at the same time, I think the absolutism of what he's saying, I can't agree with. But I want to use it as motivation. I want to use it as a mindset. Like if I'm not going my best, I don't want to hear it. I go my best. When I go my best, I don't care if I lose. But if I go my best, I'm not going to lie to y'all. If I go my best, am I guaranteed to win? I can say this. I'm guaranteed a victory, but I'm not guaranteed to win. There's a difference. Because sometimes you be thinking this is my contest. This is my opponent. I'm going 100%. And you don't get that. You lose that, but you get that. You ever go there? You ever ricochet into some success? Like, damn, I didn't know that. Like, ain't no way when I was at the snack stand balling out of control, 5 touchdowns, all that. Ain't no way freshman year of high school and all that. I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to go to an Ivy League school. Like, dude, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ricocheted into that. Thank God I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't design it. Success is not linear. It just, you're going up though, like stock market. It's gonna go up, but it ain't always gonna go straight linear. That's the conversation. So you agree with Andrew Tate, or did I convince you not to? I'm agreeing with him. I'm just like, God, there's something missing there. You can't be that absolute. It ain't that guaranteed. That ain't how this world works. Have you seen the difference in just trying and then trying your best? Talk about that. Give me some examples. Let's beat it up in the comments. All right, y'all. Coming up next on Never Shut Up. I'm just going to funk up some comments, get out of here with the Wileyism. That's what I'm going to do. That's next on Never Shut Up on Brinks TV. Brinks and Reach TV. Wow, wow. Get up out here, Wiley. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Welcome back to Never Shut Up. It's your boy Marcellus Wiley. During that little commercial break, I was doing a lot of Tupac and Snoop. That America's Most Wanted. And now we got to take two multimillionaire catch. Boy, they was in harmony in that song. I love it so much. I love Brinks TV too. Make sure you love it. Sign on. Go to Brinks.tv. 1,000 free Brinks bucks. Well, not free to us, but free to you. Because if you sign on with your free account, we hook you guys up. Get some of this merch. Get some of this product. Get some of that Tata Nina. Get all that love, man. And make sure you also support on WileyWins.com. We got like a week and a half before that Super Bowl. I'm taking the Chiefs. I ain't that dumb. I may be ignorant and stupid, but I ain't that dumb. So they done beat it upside my head enough that I need to bet on them. And you need to bet on the future. Bet on these itty bitties. So let's make sure we go to projecttransition.org and support the itty bitties, those recurring donors. This is your book. I send it to you. Yes, I go to the post office, me, send in line. What number are they on? Man, hurry up and send you your book. I got you. All right, let's focus some comments. Focus some comments here. Damn, y'all be writing books. I love y'all. Love y'all. Mahomes is not the greatest yet. Mahomes has only played for 7 years and won 2 Super Bowls. Even if Mahomes wins next week, it's still too early to say. Let's wait 5 more years and let's revisit this. Maybe we will have a better idea. Well, you can wait, but sports media won't wait. You know, you ever had that? Like, nah, dog, I'm good. I'm going to open up my gifts later. And somebody like, all right, well, I'm opening up mine. You be like, nah, I'm going to open up mine later. I'm like, that's you then. Shh. Got their gift, then next thing you know, you're opening yours. We are not waiting. We're having this conversation right now, real stuff. Look, I'm taking Mahomes over Brady. That doesn't mean he's greater than Brady, but he's better than Brady, and he probably going to end up greater than Brady, too, if you caught those semantics. Acting like Mahomes doesn't play in a flag football version of the NFL is so mainstream media. Hint, Google historical passer completion rates across the league. Look, it's always changing. It's always evolving. And he's getting graded not only against his peers right now, all flag football players, but the era that Tom Brady ushered in, which was flag football. Tom Brady did this. So stop it. I'm not going to use errors against people. It's always, God, easier is not the word. There's an efficiency model that always will come with the next generation. Better training, smarter training, right? Better facilities, smarter resources, better resources. Like, we get it. It's not making it easier, but it sure ain't making it harder, right? We get it. But these dudes are just skilled. They're so skilled, we don't think they have fundamentals. That's how skilled they are. Like, they ain't know what. Dog, you got to have fundamentals to do what these kids are doing. They just don't have to go all in, like Mr. Fundamental. See how good I am? It's happening so slow. You see nothing but hard-working fundamentals. Every team I've been on, it's always like this. The dudes that are so skilled, oh man, we need to work on the little techniques. And then the dudes who couldn't do nothing good always had great fundamentals and techniques. And they work hard. I'm like, one, they got to. And two, I got that. I just do it so fast and blurry. It's camouflage and all this other greatness, right? But nah, we can borrow from each other. But please stop acting like skilled players ain't fundamentally sound. How you got skills? I can't give Mahomes the greatest tag until his career is finished and he's holding at least 7 chips. It's like Jordan, LeBron. Talent can take you a long ways. However, the mental toughness, Brady, Jordan have helped them reach greater levels. Yeah, they borrowed from that whole, I got to be tough like them. I got to be tough like Tom Brady. Yes, you borrow from those before you. You don't walk in their shoes, you stand on their shoulders, so that makes sense. Let's talk about my Clippers. Yes. So what? There were faster guys than Boat. They didn't perform on a high platform of track and field. There were guys like that in other sports. You trying to diminish what I said yesterday? It didn't work. Yes, some of those guys I actually named were in the Olympics. They weren't Usain Bolt. But when they were younger, they were faster than Usain Bolt. How does that work? And track is the best sport. Oh, burnout is real in track. Somebody at 15, the fastest 15-year-old ever. At 20, they the fastest 20-year-old ever. How come they ain't the Olympic champion and world record holder? Anybody? I'm talking about post-growth spurt. Anybody? Post-puberty. Anybody? Yeah. That's the conversation. So don't try to diminish me on this show. We learn and unlearn, homeboy. I've been following the Clippers this season. I like the dynamics of this team. Me too. Key players have a bag, family-sized bag, that Costco bag, right? We got that bag, Smart and Final bag, baby. Chips on our shoulders. That's right. They should change their default colors to black. Yes, we should. Clippers and the 76ers look too much alike. I don't know where you went with the end. All right, smartphone. Next big thing in like 10 years will be smart contact lenses because ain't no one wearing those smart glasses. Then after that, implantable devices, just my 2 cents. Okay, contact lenses, interesting because I tried the Google glasses. I wore them on Sports Nation before. I'm not putting them on for real either. I get you what you're saying. I'm not walking around doing this just to do that. Unless all y'all do it. Let me stop. But I don't like contact lenses either. So something, maybe it's a hat with like a projector down or something. I don't know. But I get it. I don't like messing with my eyes. I don't even like wearing glasses a ton. I just do it to stunt sometimes. And sometimes it is bright, but it's rarely that bright. I just squint. People are like, why are you squinting? I'm like, because it's bright. Why don't you put on glasses? Because I don't like glasses. Shut it. I only do it when I'm wearing glasses. 99% of the time, I'm feeling myself. I'm sure you guys in the same boat. All right. Y'all know how we finish every show. We finish with a Wileyism. Yeah, that's called a lazy ass turn right there. Don't puncture illusion, but inflate reality. I like the period at the bottom too, and the comma. All right, here we go. Why? I had to learn this the hard way from my communication with my wife. So my wife and I are having all these conversations. They're all different, but they all coming around the same thing. Like with she's a people pleaser. She loves people. Me, I like people. I love humans, but I like people. You get the difference? Like I love what we all are capable of and potential, but I don't like all y'all. Because some of y'all fake. And then some of y'all just caught up on all like these identities and like, and I'm like, dog, shut it. I don't care about all that. Just care about drinking and chilling and talking. Let's hang. All right, so I was trying to tell my wife there's a lot of fakeness out there, right? And all her friends, you know, when they say stuff like that, oh, they pandering. Oh, they don't care. Or you got fans now. She got fans now. So I'm like, oh, girl, you better not listen to them all the time. Like, you know, take the good from the bad and just be able to filter it, right? But know the real from the fake. It wasn't working, y'all. She's still listening. I was like, why isn't this working? It works for me. And then I realized, because she believes that. And I'm over here not believing it, so I'm trying to puncture the illusion that all these fans and the people online matter. And then I realized, don't puncture the illusion to me, for her, but inflate the reality, right? So start talking about what's real. So I start going around just highlighting what's good of her friends, of social, and more importantly, of her real life. And that actually turned the corner. that actually worked. I was weird. I was like, what? All I gotta do is say, this is amazing. Didn't you already know that? She was like, no. You gotta inflate the reality, right? And a lot of times we take the reality for granted because we're always looking for the next. That's the illusion. You felt that spirit? Y'all felt that too? So don't puncture illusion. You'll be on a never-ending story trying to tell somebody, that ain't it. That ain't real. Man, they believe it's real. You're going to have to inflate the reality, the real that you have. So don't highlight the fake or what's wrong, but pump up what's real and reinforce that. You don't hear me? I'm going to say it again. Don't puncture illusion, but inflate reality. That'll do it for today's episode of Never Shut Up. What? I got to hit it. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. I'm about to DJ that right now. Picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. Dog, he could have said that so many ways, but he said, picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture. Damn. It's like Peter Piper. I paint a perfect pepper. Love you guys. Have an amazing day, man. I'm on one right now. I know I will.
Stage a lot faster. Oh, I'm so honored. I'm so inspired to be here, and thanks Shine Global for this award, to be recognized for doing the right thing, to be recognized for doing good things, and trying to inspire others for their own greatness. I'm just a kid from Compton who, at an early age, had to look inside to find my opportunities, because on the outside, there were so many whispers and sometimes yells of, I couldn't make my dreams a reality. And thought that was very unfortunate, but I was thankful that I never internalized that chorus that was around me. I was a kid that understood that you had to be greater than your greatest excuse. And I had a lot of excuses. I had a lot of reasons to have self-doubt. But I was able to develop my inner power, discover that inner power, and make sure that I showed the world exactly who I wanted to be. And it was really simple for me. It was to make my dreams a reality. There was nothing more to it. And as I now stand here, just a few miles from where I grew up, where that adversity still is strong, and as we see through these movies, that it's worldwide, not just in our locale. You see the suffering, you see the gangs, you see the drugs, you see the poverty. And there's always one common escape. It's that inner power, it's that ambition. It's having a voice that's louder than those surrounding voices. And I'm on a mission, a global mission, to make sure that that inner power inspires all to not only give, but to receive the blessings that come from giving. And I'm up here right now as a guy who's challenging everyone to give their 3 T's. That's time, that's talent, and that's treasure. Human capital, financial, whatever it may be. Let's invest in each other, because we all have to coexist here together. And as I look around and I have a foundation that really inspires these kids to become their greatest version of themselves, and to look in the mirror to make sure that they're greater than their greatest excuse. It gives me my greatest passion. I was a kid who wanted to be a school teacher, but because of my height, weight, and speed, I became a football player. So I took that helicopter ride up as high as I could, but as I was ascending, I never forgot that I was once one of those fork-in-the-road kids who was shot at many times, who had to navigate around adversity every single day, who had to waste so much of his brain power just trying to get home every day. And so many experiences that sometimes you become desensitized to. But in reality, that is someone else's reality. So I'm so thankful to stand in front of all of you guys as an example of the kids that we're trying to affect, the underserved, the underprivileged, those who are told that their hardships are greater than who they are. But hopefully we can inspire them all to look inward, because everything they want out there is already in here. Appreciate you guys.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook, where you can bet on everything, anytime. Sportsbook, casino, horse racing, live betting, and more. We have the best bonuses in the industry. That's right. Get a 125% sign-up bonus, and to celebrate our 30-year anniversary, we're giving up to 30 risk-free bets, a truck, Super Bowl tickets, and more. Don't miss out. Play smart. Join now. BetUS, where the game begins.